Hello everyone and welcome back to the Gaming CPA's channel. Today's we are going to be checking out Dicey Bizniz, or as I like to call it, Balatzee, and I think you're going to see why. First and foremost, before we start the run, let's go ahead and check out, they do have what's called the Dragon Sanctum. This is a way where you can, it's like a skill tree or a tech tree where you can unlock, as you play through more, you will earn dragon tiers, and then you can simply just purchase permanent unlocks for the game. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start a new run. We're just going to go ahead and go easy mode and click right there. Now, before we get started, just want to show you guys what we have going on with the UI and the interface and what all entails the game here. First of all, you have your coins, your gold. This is what you want to earn. This is what you do earn as you submit score and complete levels. The gold and the diamonds are what are used to purchase upgrades. They're maybe used to purchase relics, spells, or new dice. You can reshuffle. So as you get more dice, you can potentially, let's say I had 6 dice, one of them being a pink one that goes up to 8 die. If it didn't show up, I could technically reshuffle, and that would then potentially bring that die into the game. And so that's what reshuffling is. It actually reshuffles your die, and then you then also have just a ordinary reroll where if I don't like these numbers, I can choose to reroll them. And lastly, you can lock. So right now I'm limited to 3 locks. So I can technically lock, let's say 2 of the 5s because that gets me a pair. And if I want to do a 4, I can lock that. So that way maybe I can get a better straight, or I can just only lock the 2. So you can see up here it now shows 2 out of 3 are locked. Lastly, we have the status section. So the ante, there are a total of 11 antes on the easy mode. So I'm currently on ante number 1, the first level. You then have the target, and that is the target is going to be 80, trying to get 80 score. And then sub simply stands for submission. So I have 3 out of 3 submissions left, meaning I basically have 3 out of 3 attempts to try to hit the target score. You then have your relic section. So if we have any permanent relics, that's where they're going to get stored. And then spells. I'll show you the spells when we get to the shop, but they're basically one-use items that you can purchase and then use them. All right, so we are already starting off here with 3 4s and a 1 and a score that we can easily beat the current ante. So let's go ahead and submit that. That 3 of a kind is really nice and helpful. So in the relic shop, we are able to purchase relics. Again, you can only purchase 1 relic per shop visit. So I can only purchase 1 of these 3, even if I had enough money to purchase all of them. Also with the die, I can purchase as many as I like, and different die do different things. So for example, the Chaos D6 die, it ends up either terrible or amazing. There's no middle ground. So it has a weight of either 40% chance of rolling a 1, 40% chance of rolling a 6, and 10% chance of a 2 or a 5. So it's kind of funny, but it also does have a 2.25 multiplier. So pretty nice die. Spells are consumables. You can use as many as you want in a turn. However, once you use it once, they're gone. An example would be a reroll target. So if I wanted to change one of the die and make it reroll, that'd be the way I would do it. So that's what spells do. Different ones have different options. I'm going to go ahead and double check the relics real fast because these are ones I always want to get as soon as I can. Let's see, 0.5 multiplier for each pair scored. Could be good. A lot of times we get pairs. High roller, 0.75 multiplier for each die showing a 4+. That would be nice. Or the loaded die, plus 5 chips for each 6 rolled. Interesting. I will go ahead and try the high roller. And then why don't we go ahead and get this, because this is a weighted D6 and it is weighted towards high numbers. So it has a multiplier 1.2, but it does have a 30% chance of being rolled as a 6, 20% chance as a 4 or a 5, and then 10% chance for a 1, 2, 3. So higher percent chance to roll a higher number. Now with that being said, I'm going to go into the manage dice because right now I have 9 die and I can only roll 5. So what I need to do is I need to get rid of a couple of these so that way my new weighted D6 will always show up when I play. So I got some coins out of that, not enough to really get anything that I care for. So we're going to go ahead and hit continue game. All right, so there's my new weighted die, rolled a 4. And again, when I roll 4s or higher, I end up getting some additional 0.75 multiplier. So up here at the top in the scoring, you can see that we have active multipliers 1 source, we have 2.25, we have the base multiplier of 0.55, and that additive additional 0.75. So I'm personally not 100% sure exactly how the multipliers get added up here versus just down here, because you can see there's a 1.2 on this guy, and then there's a 0.75 over here. So 0.75 times 2 would be that 1.5, but I don't see 1.5 up here. So you're just gonna have to trust the math and hope that the developer did all the math right. But hey, luckily with that one roll, we do have a score higher than the target, so we can go ahead and hit submit on that. Get that ante over. Okay, a glint catches your eye in the rubble. Fortune favors the bold. You discover something valuable while exploring between bouts. Leave it alone or investigate. Obviously, we're going to investigate. Perfect. We got some coins out of it. 117 coins for the journey. That's going to be great. Let's see. Preparation. Start each hand with 5 base chips, or I can do pair bonus where I get 3 chips for every pair scored. I would like to increase my hand size actually, and I do want to see about getting a bigger die. So you got the D12, which goes all the way up to 12, which would be awesome. You have supporter D10, and then this says that it synchronizes all the neighbor multipliers to the hand's maximum multiplier. Now, early game, that could be pretty nice, to be honest. And then the chaotic D6 has a 25% chance to re-roll all other die. That sounds kind of scary. Let's go with the supporter D10. And let's go ahead and leave the rest. I guess we do preparation. We can get 5 base chips. There's no problem there. And then let me go ahead and make sure I do have 6 die and I have a hand of 6. So now we're going to see 6 die out here. So it just is going to increase the likelihood of getting additional numbers. So 124 points. I only need 160. Let's just go ahead and submit that. And then we will go ahead and roll the next one. All right. So this die is giving, again, it's matching the max multiplier up here. And it is sending it off to the 2 die next to it. So as you can tell, this is showing 1.5 and the 2 next to it show 1.5. So go ahead, 330. That's really good. Awesome. Let's go ahead and submit that. Get that W in there. What do we want to do next? Ooh, Lockmaster. Lockmaster is really nice. It gives me additional lock per hand. I haven't really locked so far playing, but this is really nice because then you can lock up to 4 die, and that's like 4 of a kind you could lock in and just get that over and over again. You could also lock very high die if you want those. So let's do that. And then what was the quantum? I've never seen that. Quantum entanglement die bonds with another random die and shares all effects. Okay, so it's basically just a copy die. Oh, basic D20 can literally go up to a 20. That's insane. It does also have a 2.5 multiplier. That's actually really good. The sequence die gives 1x multiplier to dice that form consecutive values with it. That's good. And then let's see, lucky D6. It just basically rerolls automatically when it shows a 1. Not too bad. And then the weighted has a higher percent chance of rolling higher die, which I like the weighted, but honestly, I'm just debating. This guy seems pretty nice. Let's go with him. All right, let's go to manage die. I am going to sell off one of my smaller ones, so that way I always get all the ones up here. Beautiful. So this guy's at 2.5, which he naturally is. And then this one, it looks like he is increasing this guy. So this guy's also 2.5, which is awesome. And it says that the base setup is a 1x multiplier, but then the supporter D10 is given a 1.5 boost. So that would be the supporter D10 right there. So that's cool. Again, we do have 4 locks now. I don't need to lock them all at all because you can see the score. So let's go ahead and submit. We hit our target of 250 with a 450. Amplifier. I've never seen this one before. So start each hand with all die getting 1.5x multiplier. I mean, that sounds pretty awesome. Harmony Ring is when you start with all die with matching die getting 1x multipliers, or Power Surge, starting each hand with the first and last die getting 1x. Why don't we just get all die to get a multiplier? You know what I mean? Mirror Magic. Copy the value of the highest die to the target. That could be good. Yeah, let's go ahead and add that spell in there. Okay, perfect. So we still only have 6 die. Cool. We got a 360. Let me see. Do I care for... Let's just go ahead and submit. We got 520 score. So I don't even know why I stopped to look. Escalation. I've never seen that one before. Start each hand with die multipliers increasing by position. Oh, so from the left hand side, it would start at a 0.5x and it go to 1x, 1.52. So if you had a huge hand size, by the end, it would just be super high. Let's go ahead and save money. Oh, wait, I'm 10 coin away from increasing the hand size. Unlucky. Let me do the quantum die, and then let me go ahead and I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave this the hand as is. Perfect. We didn't roll it. Awesome. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and hit submit. I don't need to save anything because I'm pretty confident we're gonna be able to get the score next time. Beautiful. Everything gets activated. Hit submit. We're looking pretty good. That was Ante 6. Okay, a favorite die splits right down the middle as you examine it. Your heart sinks. One of your die has cracked and may be unusable. What do? Try to fix it for yourself, discard it, or replace it. I'm gonna replace it. Okay. All right. So I lost 51 coins and my die was repaired. I'm curious as to which die it was. Was it really worth it? All right. So now we're gonna increase our hand size again because I think that's just gonna be really good. And let's see. Steady boost. Start each hand with all dice showing 1 through 3 getting a 1x multiplier. Harmony Ring. Start each hand again with matching die getting the 1x or the pair bonus. What is this? Bounty Hunter. Gives multiplier boost based on rarity. Uncommon gets 0.2x, rare gets 0.4, epic 0.6, and legendary 0.8. Interesting. Well, what do I have currently as far as... Okay, that looks like that's an epic. This is a common, so that wouldn't be too good. This is a rare, and then another 2 common. So what I would get, epic and a rare, and that's it. It sounds like a fun die, especially as I build up and maybe get some additional rares. Let's go ahead and let's just do it for fun. And then let me go ahead. I have 7 die in the hand. Let's go ahead and recycle one of them and continue game. I'm just curious. I want to see, so you got the quantum one. So it ended up bonding with a random die and sharing all the effects. I'm curious, does it tell me which one it does? It does not tell me which one it shared the effects with. Here's the rarity hunter. So it's at 2.9x, 1.4 from the base setup and 1.5 from the amplifier. And the base setup again should be the epic die and the rare die. And of course the uncommon. So if I can continue to increase the die value, that'll be great. And look, score 1051, first time, hit that target. Beautiful thing, y'all. All right. Any other super rare die? I just have uncommon and uncommon, unfortunately. All right, let's go. Maybe we go with the amplifier die. Boost the multipliers of neighboring die with the same value. Okay, that might be difficult actually. Double trouble. Double the face value of a die. That could be nice and helpful. I do want to try to save up maybe for another increase. Let's go ahead and get some chips. And what's the odd boost? Oh yeah, adds 1.5x multiplier for odd numbers. Max value. I want that. And I do want double trouble. I think those spells are just gonna be helpful down the road. Let's go ahead and do amplifier. Let's just do it. We'll sell one of those guys and we'll go ahead and continue game. Okay, 785, not bad. We have plenty of time, so let's go ahead and just submit that. I'm not gonna lock anything in right now, but I have 8 locks. I can't tell, do I get a lock? Oh, +1 lock per hand. So I think that means every new hand I do, I get another lock. So let's go ahead and submit and complete that. So far, I haven't really had to do any strategies, which is great. Underground gambling den. The smell of sweat and desperation permeates the crowded room. Cards slap against worn tables. You stumble upon a hidden gambling establishment. The stakes are high. Bet 83 coins, extreme risk and reward. Bet 21 coins, high risk, or just watch. Y'all, we lost our coins, unfortunately, but that's all right. However, what is royal treatment? Start each hand with all dice showing 4+. Yes, that sounds awesome. Reroll master is just getting me additional reroll per hand, and high stakes is starting each hand with 1 more submission, but -1 reroll. That's actually really nice because then you got 4 submissions. But let's go with royal treatment because if I recall, that's going to stack with another one of my relics, right? Don't I have one that if I have like over a 4, then I get additional multiplier? All right, I'm going to go ahead and do this because it's a rare one, so it's going to increase that bounty hunter die, and all dice with different values to its own get +1 or -1 randomly. Oh, that's going to be, I don't know if I actually want that. Now that I think about it. Double or nothing? That's all right. I'm good on that. Let me go ahead. I'm just going to leave the rest of the gems. We're just going to go ahead and continue the game and hope for the best. 1941 on the roll. See, it's the royal treatment plus, let me go ahead. I'm pretty sure it is this guy, right? Yeah, so I get 0.75 multiplier for every die that shows over a 4. So that just gets my score way up there. So let's go ahead and submit that. Got a whole bunch of stuff and then we'll roll again. Beautiful. So we got 943. So we are all set. Let's go ahead and save that. All right, I do want to increase my hand size. That is something I've been wanting to do. The question is, do I want to do, let's see. All right, so we have a max hand size at 8 right now. So I need to get at least probably 1 more die, but obviously I want to make sure I get a relic. Let's see. So start each hand with 1 random die, getting a +1 multiplier. Lucky clover where I get 0.5 for each pair scored. I'm going to have 8 die, so that could easily be pretty good. Let me go ahead and do that. Actually, let's just do that. Let's see. I could just get a lucky die so we can go ahead and max things out. Let me also get some spells. I have a lot of gems. I'm going to go ahead and check out this one. Add 2.5 to a die's multiplier. Let's do that one. Parity flip, add or subtract 1 to change odd or even. There is relics that will give you bonus multipliers based on if something's odd or even, or I think maybe even spells that do that. I don't have that, so I'm not going to worry about that. I don't want to decrease the value by 1. Mirror magic, copy the value of the highest die to the target. I want to try that because don't I have a 20? Don't I have a D20 die? I do. So I'm going to see if that will actually copy it or not. Minimum guarantee, set die to at least a 4. If it's lower, I will go ahead and do that. Reroll the spells. We'll get a handful more. Neighbor harmony, target die and its neighbor get plus 1.5x. Hand max. Oh, okay, that's good to know. So set the die to the highest value in current hand. That sounds kind of like the same like the other one. Let's go ahead and continue now. We got all 8 die. Beautiful. Okay, so we got 2200 basically. Target's 3500. If I submit twice, I think we're going to be just fine. I don't even have to use any of these spells. Although I do want to try. So double the face value of a die. Let me try this on this because this is an 8. So let's see what happens if I make that a 16. Okay, so it just goes up to its 10 plus 6. Okay, so it does actually increase it. So now what happens if I copy the value of the highest die over to here? So this should technically be a 16. Let's copy it to this 6. Okay, it does work. So it'd also make it a 16. Awesome. So you can go above and beyond what their actual capabilities are. That's good to know. So let's go ahead and submit that. I think we only have 1 more ante and then we are done. So if we can get good, I don't need another lock master. We have plenty of locks. Lucky charm is probably going to be the one that I should just do where I just get a 1x. Or actually, let's increase our chips. I already have enough die, but we may as well get a couple epics just to increase the bounty hunter. And let's go with this uncommon. All right, hand harmony. Wow, this one costs 412. All die get 1.5x multiplier. Yes, please. Let's go and do some max value. Here's the odd boost one. So it increases 1.5 multiplier to all odd die. So that's where it would be convenient to have something that would either increase by 1 or decrease by 1. So if you have an even number, you want to make it odd so then you can utilize this boost. I'll just go ahead and buy it and then I'll go ahead and buy some of those. On to the last game. Let me actually go ahead and sell off some die because I don't need them all. Let me see. What do I have that are common? Let's sell off a common. This is rare. This is common. Is this lucky one common? Yes, this is common. So let me go ahead and sell that one off. Okay, so now I have 8 die. So the bounty hunter should be really good when it comes to its multiplier because I have basically all epics and rares. All right, so is this the bounty hunter right here? I think so. Let's see. Rarity. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, that's 3.9. Let's go ahead and give all die an extra 1.5x multiplier. Let me go ahead and sell set the max value. Let me set that on this one because that would make it all the way up to a 20. Okay, target die and its neighbors get 1.5 times. Let's go ahead and just drop that right here so that it's on the 20. Getting that multiplier. All right. Odd boost. I don't think, do I have many odds? Everything's an even except for one. Bummer. Let's go ahead, copy the value of the highest die to target. Now this guy's currently at an 8 up here, an 8x multiplier. So let's do that. So that it's at a 20 as well. And then set it to the maximum possible value. Let's save that in case we need to do it again. We don't need the minimum guarantee. All right. Set die to highest value in current hand. We'll leave that and we'll just add this multiplier to this guy. And then let's go ahead and submit and see what we roll. Again, I haven't really locked anything because I guess wait, what would have happened if I had locked those that were above their numbers? Interesting. So we'll set that one up to 20. Do I have anything under a 4? I do not. Nothing. I only have one odd again. Let's do that. And then let's see, that's at a 4. This is a 5.5. Let's set this to the same as the highest. So 20, we got the big score. We can submit it. And I think that's going to be it, y'all. We did win. And look, we got the dragon tier, so we can go to the sanctum and we can purchase future upgrades. So that way we can continue to unlock. So if I purchase lever efficiency, unlock this where I get to start with an uncommon die. That actually sounds really nice. And then it unlocks future unlocks. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, consider subscribing. And until next time, maximize your deductions and pay less in taxes. Have a great day.